Hello, my beautiful people. One day I will be able to wear a t shirt. One day, very soon, I hope. But it's not so freezing, at least here in the sun. Okay, so I should have recorded this a long time ago. I'm going to read to you the self confidence formula by Napoleon Hill from Think and Grow Rich, which I've only read, I think, bits and pieces of it, but I really like this. I'm going to read to you this in a second. But what I wanted to read to you first and say to you, which I should have started in the beginning of my podcast, everything, all things my podcast, in helping us all stay mentally, spiritually, and emotionally fit. This talk about confidence, because the bottom line is, sorry again, once again, I have a really excellent setup here in my car. I do not. Um, who the hell cares? Like, really, who cares? Like, if you don't, basically, I never really had anybody telling me I was worth a goddamn or anything like that, and I'm not blaming anybody. That's just not the style. A lot of us, our parents weren't talking to us like that, which I think of, I don't know, parents as teachers. I would like to think of them like that. And that's just not something that, even in my family, that I feel like was a pretty average family with my dad and my stepmom. We just didn't talk like that, right? And I mentioned before last night, I was talking about a pessimist. Yeah, my dad wasn't really, yeah, I wouldn't say he was any sort of coach, right? In any form of matter in that sense, in his own way. So, what the hell? Who cares? I don't know. I mean, the people that don't even know if there's a reason for being here, agnostics and atheists, that's for another topic and show. All I can talk about, people, is my experience and why this is so important. And you may not be at this place yet, so I want to explain it to you of why, who the hell cares. This is about achieving and accomplishing, and everything that I talk about in all these challenges. You have to have the confidence inside of yourself to believe that, okay, confidence to believe you can accomplish. So, what it's going to take is discipline and also understanding your innate power. And that's what I want to talk about, because I can read to you the self-confidence formula and you're like, the point is, I want you to feel, sense, and see what you feel when I read it to you. Okay? Because this is what helped me a lot in life. And in this process of self confidence, self worth building, seeing some sense of purpose and direction, um, sometimes it takes somebody believing in us to believe in ourselves. And I'd have to think, I don't have an example for today. I don't know that there was any particular person that came into my life that made me believe in myself, because from the beginning, early on, I was already reading self-help books and different things like that. So I think just the stages of building and becoming more extroverted, I was able to gain more of an understanding of how confidence could help me. But I definitely, as far as like setting goals and all that sort of stuff that coaches normally, have a goal. Okay, what do you want to do? Where you want to get to? What are you aspirations? Those sorts of things. And I don't know I had any aspirations. I just knew that I wanted to serve. And I thought as a job career, I was going to get into something with writing. And so that didn't pan out well, because I just thought that I could teach and I didn't want to do that. And then I was going to do hair, which I'm kind of glad I didn't. And then it went to skincare and then healing work. So, what I wanted to say is, number one, you can go check out, I have a series for purchase. I don't even know, maybe it's like $7.99 to join it. It's on listenable.com, and there's a mini course on there called Maintaining the Mindset of a Champion. It's really good, but there's a lot of information in there. I think it's 7 lessons, and I don't use that site very much myself, but it has a lot of great, like, little mini lessons for personal growth. So I encourage you to go check it out. Okay, so believing in us, believing in ourselves. Um, Still, I would say, even to this day, I don't get pats on the back and praising and anything like that. And pretty much nobody really says very much about anything. So I have to continue. This is a long time journey process for me in this isn't always a good thing, people. I could be depressed about how basically, you know, it's basically validation, but I have to validate myself and validate what I'm doing through source and what comes through to me and signs and follow my life direction. That's what helps push me forward. But even though sometimes I'm like, God, my material is good, like this really helped me and I want to share, and that's why I keep doing this. Okay, so but it could be the opposite where I just get really depressed about like just things, and I have to read that Mother Teresa saying every day. So that's what I wanted to say, and basically wanting these things for yourself, because it's really hard to be like, well, nobody else cares, so why the fuck should I? Like, I don't even know what the hell's going on here. I'm just walking around doing my daily and following, the ways of whatever American culture and lifestyle and just all these sorts of things. But like, you don't really understand that everybody has a unique purpose. And that's the part of being me, spiritual life coach, is helping people understand that there is a unique purpose and all of that. So I'm going to read to you. Let's just get right to it. And then I'm sure I'll start running my mouth on other things and looking at my crazy hair and this that always has a problem. I feel like such a girl when I'm always playing with my hair. Okay. Self-confidence formula by Napoleon Hill. A lot of the great pioneers back in the day. Ernest Holmes, philosopher I love, and a lot of other people. Okay, self-confidence formula. And this is something good to post for you to read every day. But I want you on your mirror or something. Old school, print it out. Don't just keep it on your phone. I want you, when I read this to you, I want you to assess. How do you feel? Does this make you feel good? Does this make you want to get out there and do something? Does this make you feel powerful? Okay. First, I know, and you sign it at the bottom. I printed it out. 2009. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become. Sorry. Thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. I'm stopping because I was going to roll up my window because the wind's going to blow my phone away, but it's okay. Okay. I'm interrupting our serious session here. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. Isn't that true? I cause others to believe in me because I believe in them and in myself. I sign my name in this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud twice a day with full faith that it is continually influencing my thoughts and actions, affirming that I am a self-reliant and successful team elite leader. I like it that says that. Thank you, God, for it is done. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, whoever you want. Okay, so putting it down on a piece of paper, even write it out as your own. You can write this in your own words. You can simplify it. But basically, this is giving you direction and goals. Goals, right? A goal. And like I said, I need to work, I think, on some beautiful creative I was going to say speech piece. Those of you don't know, I actually do something very fancy for my guests before my shows. And I basically write down like why I picked them and what makes them unique and all that. And I know that I can and have created something really beautiful, probably already, that's in one of my files, that's going to, again, another thing of like to motivate you. And like I said, somebody believing in us helps us believe in ourselves. And why not? You know, why not try whatever it is that you want in life? But we're talking about specifically your definite chief aim in life, whatever it is that you want to achieve. Of course, that could be based on, I'm not going to get into it. Whatever it is that you want to work on, that you think that, I guess, whatever it is you want to work on, people, some sort of goal, write it out. Why you want it, how you're going to get there. These are all the steps that we do in coaching to kind of help narrow it down and guide you along. But a lot of people go and listen, not a lot of people, we all listen to stuff, podcasts, go to events, go to all these sorts of things for people that are interested in this sort of stuff. And maybe we start doing those things temporarily to change our lifestyle, our mindset, and then we drop off of it. So how do we keep that discipline? How do we maintain that? Well, it's not like you just do one thing. It's really a lifestyle, people. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on this sort of stuff. Just going to listen to different, going to listen to people, listening from your home. All these things that I think are the basics, but being able to understand that there is a power inside of you. You are a creator and you can create your reality. I keep saying it. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I realize it can sound really fantastical, meaning it's out there. It feels unattainable, all that sort of a logic. And again, maybe a lot of you are already at that place. Maybe you believe, but you haven't seen anything happen yet. So I can help you. So I'll continue to make videos and talk about this, but I was thinking, because I was going to post my next show regarding feeling stuck, and I was going to give the examples of the relationships with my dad, my biological dad, and my stepmom. My stepdad, being married to my mom, narcissist, with different sorts of mental illness that continued on in her life. And I thought, well, the person has to, if they want to become unstuck, but if they don't have the belief that they can, how are they even going to go to the next level? So the baby step in that episode, number 1, is, do you want to feel unstuck? You have to want it like a burning desire, like be sick and tired of being sick and tired is really what it is. And even though you have to learn in your own lesson, just the conscious decision to know, okay, I want to become unstuck. I know that I'm going to be in this situation, relationship, for X amount of time. I'm not putting a finger or a label on it, while I do recommend a deadline. Is that you don't know what you want to do, because we got to work on you first. We don't want you to go to another relationship and repeat the same thing. So once you realize, okay, I want to become unstuck, what do I need to do first? Okay, good. That's where we're going to roll. That's what we're going with. Okay, people? And that episode is not me telling you about what to do to leave a relationship or stay in a relationship, okay? That is not the point of it. These are just the steps that I can tell you that once you work on yourself, You understand we are mirror images of each other. The person is reflecting back issues that you may have within yourself, or you do have within yourself. You may not want to believe it, even to say some things about narcissistic traits. Sometimes I'm just like, what? Do I have that? Like, am I acting vain? Like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know, because that's one of those things I could get defensive of, because I'm like, what am I like that? So self-reflecting always, constantly. So I'm going to end this episode, and that's what I wanted to say there. This is what brought this on, is that I thought I'm going to do this feeling stuck episode, and maybe it sounds really good to people, but how are they going to get started when they're just really not ready yet? It might just be like, oh, this stuff sounds good and great and everything, Nora, but like, you're not in my situation. You don't really know what's going on. And the things you're talking about, like, I can't apply, or I don't know how I would apply them. Everybody's situation is so unique. People staying together, literally, consciously, and willingly staying together, mutually agreed because of a kid. Like, there's many situations like that, right? That's why we don't judge. I don't ever judge somebody's situation. You never know what's going on. The same thing with abuse. Okay, it's really easy to tell people you need to leave them and whatever, but if your mind is not in a, don't want to say correct place, but if your mind is not in the right place for you to realize, hey, like, this is unhealthy, this is not what I want, and that's normal to them, or they were abused growing up, like, they're not going to see that. You can't just be like, she's a dumb bitch because she stays with him. Like, that's not helping the situation. Those people are definitely not going to feel supported. Okay, so I will talk to you in the next video. I hope this provided value to you. I know that I need to read things slower, but I really want to help jumpstart this whole building self-confidence thing and self-worth. Okay, two different things I can explain at another time, which I've already done in another video. So I will see you next time. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.